I finally got you guys a Caitlyn video. So the reason that it took so long is because I had to experiment so much with items because basically, there's timestamps in the description to go to the gameplay, but I really recommend you to stay for the build part. Basically, everyone always used to build Stormrazor first, right? Like this was the way to go on Caitlyn. But like I saw some players do the Infinity Edge start. Then I saw some players go for Static Shift, some players go for Rapid Fire Cannon, some players go for Bloodthirster, some players going for Mortal Minder, and some are not going for Mortal Minder. So many different builds. So before making a video, of course I had to try all of them. And like Caitlyn is also a hard champion to play. Like Caitlyn is a hard champion. I'm gonna be giving you very good advice on Caitlyn, especially on how to draft Caitlyn, because drafting Caitlyn is so important that you do it well. Like again, I'll tell you all about that during the game. First, we'll start with the build. So what is better, Stormrazor or Infinity Edge? The answer is Infinity Edge. Stormrazor is better early game, and Stormrazor is better for a bad Caitlyn player. But if you're a really good Caitlyn player, Infinity Edge is always going to be better. You may be asking why. Isn't it kind of troll to start with Infinity Edge? No. So with Caitlyn, when you get a headshot, which you get after 6 shots, a headshot, which does bonus damage. You also get it when you trap an enemy or hit the enemy with your third ability. It crits. A headshot is 100% crit. So if you get an Infinity Edge, it does more damage. The crit does more damage because you have an Infinity Edge. So that's the whole point of Infinity Edge. You being able to hit your traps and your third ability. That's when you're going to fully utilize the Infinity Edge. So you start with Infinity Edge. Second item is going to be a Static Shift. I just love Static Shift. Like, I pretty much always go for this one as my second item. Like now, after experimenting with all the builds. Static Shift is going to be second item. And the third item is Situational. Is the enemy insanely tanky and are you not ahead? You get a Mortal Reminder. If the enemy is tanky and you are ahead, you can actually continue building full crit, which is either a Rapid Fire Cannon or a Bloodthirster, one of the two. Or a Stormrazor if you want burst. If the enemy is very squishy, you all have to decide, like, do I want range? If the enemy has like a Ziggs or something, or like an Orianna, Rapid Fire Cannon is amazing. But if the enemy has like diving champions or very close range champions, you go for the Bloodthirster. That's essentially how you decide between the Bloodthirster and the Rapid Fire Cannon. Guardian Angel is an amazing 5th item, like a last item to get on Caitlyn. But as I said, you can go for the Stormrazor, you can go for a Mortal Reminder. I do recommend you to incorporate a Mortal Reminder in your build, like at least as your 4th or 5th item. The thing is, if you're snowballing, you don't really need it, up until the enemy really has a load of armor. But if you're not snowballing, you really want to get the Mortal Reminder as your 3rd, 4th item. Don't go for Solari Charge Blade on Caitlyn. It is not worth it. It's just not worth it. You're much better off going for a Bloodthirster because you want raw attack damage. You want raw attack damage on Caitlyn. And then also, the reason that Static Shift is amazing because you have so much range and just the boom, the burst damage combined with the raw attack damage, this does so much damage. For the boots, you want to go for Glutinous Greaves or Plated Steel Caps. Plated Steel Caps if you're up against like a Rengar or something. Otherwise, you just go for Glutinous Greaves. And for the enchantment, you go for Stasis Enchant. The runes, if you have an enchanter support that gives you like attack speed, like Lulu, Yumi and stuff like that, you always go for a Conqueror. If you have to fully rely upon yourself, you can actually choose to go for lethal. Actually, you have to go for Lethal Tempo because they buffed it this patch. So if you don't have an enchanter support, you go for Lethal Tempo. If you have an enchanter support, you go for Conqueror. That is how you do it. Second rune is going to be Hunter Vampirism. Third rune is going to be Situational. Adaptive Carapace is nice, but like you can Hunter Titan if you need it. Bone Plating if you need it against Burst, or Nullifying Orb. And fourth rune, you go for Pack Hunter for the movement speed. You can go for Sweet Tooth, but I really like going for Pack Hunter. It's just very nice. I see a lot of Caitlyn players go for Pack Hunter as well, so I gave it a try. And the movement speed is really, really nice to have, like just to get close to the enemy, poke them and run away. That's kind of the point of it because you have so much range as a Caitlyn. For your spells, you go for Exhaust and Flash. So that is it about the build. Let's now get into the gameplay. And alright, on to the gameplay. Hey, it went smoothly this time. Let's go. I'm not sure what build I went in this game because I played this game a really long time ago. But like, as I was talking about the build part of this video, Infinity Edge is the way to go. Like after testing a million different builds, you really want to go for the Infinity Edge. So let's first talk about drafting tips on Caitlyn because I promised you guys that during the build part. Let me actually try to think properly about this and not just give you examples. So if you're up against an enemy who is gonna be stationary for a long time. For the people that are not native English speakers, stationary means that they're standing still. You pick Caitlyn is instantly a better pick. Or for the enemies that you can predict where they're going with 100% accuracy, Caitlyn becomes better. So, what the hell am I talking about? Let me give you examples. Look at this enemy right here, Zed. Zed has shadows. When Zed puts down a shadow, I can put my trap on top of the shadow. What happens is when Zed goes to that shadow, she instantly becomes trapped. Another example, Sion. So when Sion uses his first ability, he stands still. He stands still for like 2 seconds. What can I do? I can put a trap on top of him. Let me think of other examples for this thing actually. There's actually quite a lot of examples, but like my head is fried right now. To be honest, Diana, when she ults, if you're fast, you can also put down your first ability. Also, enemies that you can use your third ability really well against. Rakan, for example. If you're a good Caitlyn, Rakan should not be able to engage on you. Because when he goes on you with his second ability, you can avoid it with your third ability. This is not easy. This is not easy to do. Like here you can see I tried to dodge it, but I failed it. This is not easy to do. Like I literally failed it here. I just showed you guys. But it works. If you're a good Caitlyn, this type of stuff works. Long range enemies do counter you. So like, wait, what was I gonna say? I had a really busy day today. Jesus Christ. Oh, my head is so fried. You guys don't even know. Like, I had to do a police report for a friend of mine. And yeah, it's a crazy day. I was still gonna make a video. Maybe that was not a good idea. Because I literally forgot what I was talking about. Oh, by the way, I did pick the winners for the coaching session. I picked them in the previous video, which is the Soraka video. Check that description or the top comment if you haven't checked it out already. And it's a really good video. I actually got the top 1 Soraka player to help me make that video. She even commentated on the video. She explained the whole build part, so it was pretty nice. But yeah, let's just keep it at that. What I said about the drafting part, because I clearly forgot the rest that I wanted to say. I'm playing with Keys as well, by the way, who's like really good support player. And you know what's interesting about Caitlyn, by the way? Her power curve. Power curve means like, you know, early game, mid game, late game power stages. A lot of champions are like this, you know, early game they're average, mid game average, late game average. Some champions are weak early game and they become gradually stronger in the late game. You know what's weird about Caitlyn? She's strong early game. Wait, she's strong early game. She becomes weak mid game, like average. But she's strong again late game. I cannot explain why. I literally cannot explain why. Because like early game she's strong because you have so much range, right? Like you have so much range, you'll do so much damage. Mid game she's weak because she lacks damage. A lot of ADCs are going to be out damaging her when it's like 2-3 items. But late game with 5 items, you will do brutal poking damage. Like insane poking damage. So just because of that poking damage, you're good. But in the late game, your sustained damage sucks as well. Like keep that in mind. That's the reason why you go for the static shift, rapid fire cannon, all that kind of stuff. Because of like insane poke damage that you get out of those items. So let's see. I'm gonna go back. Yeah, in this game I went for a Storm Razor. Did I? I mean, I hope I didn't. Come on. Nah, I went for Storm Razor. So yeah, that's not the best item. Like after testing, that is not the best item. But this, I played insanely good in this game, and the enemy played insanely good as well. So I really can show you a lot of examples in this game. I also made a lot of mistakes. The biggest mistake you can make as a Caitlyn is getting too close to the enemy. The whole obvious point of this champion is to maintain a distance, right? She literally has abilities to keep enemies away. She literally has abilities to maintain a distance from the enemy. You know, your third ability to run away from the enemy. Your second ability to keep them away with the traps. Your ultimate, which is a long range executing ability. You are literally supposed to stay away from the enemies. So play her like that. You know, stay away from the enemies. And if you can't, if the enemy dives you, use that third ability to get even further away from them. Also, position your traps. So look, Zed is going on me. I'm trying to jump away from him with my third ability. You can see me and Keys just made sure she couldn't do anything. He's gonna kill me. Me and Keys made sure Zed couldn't do anything there. Because when he dived me, I just used my third ability to escape. I put down a trap. He used his ultimate in case Zed ulted me. But we still died. It's kind of stupid of us. Oh, if you're up against a Caitlyn, what I recommend you to do, if the enemy Caitlyn is not close, pop all the traps. Like just walk into the traps and pop them. Because then, you know, she has to put them down again, which costs mana and it takes away her cooldown. So whenever Caitlyn is far away, pop the traps. Here's gonna be, I think this is a, so, okay, look, Zed uses ultimate. Look at what I'm doing. Look, I'm literally just putting down a trap. He walks into my trap and he's dead. This is what I mean with like a stationary target. I misclicked my ultimate here. I was supposed to go Shyvana, but this is what I mean. This is literally what I mean. All you have to do against a Zed, for example, is put down traps on his shadows, and Zed is gonna be useless because he either goes back to his shadow and you'll do massive damage to him, or he cannot go back to his shadow at all. Yone is a perfect example. When Yone uses his third ability, you can put down your trap on his third ability, and you'll hit it for free. Look at this, by the way. This is what happens if you hit all your abilities on Caitlyn. You're so unbelievably powerful. Wait, I actually want to rewatch that. What the hell happened there? Let's rewatch what happened there. Okay, let's play it again. Let's see. Let's see how I killed both of them. Because like that was crazy damage. If you hit those headshots, like if I had an infinity edge in this particular situation, I would have dealt even more damage here. Like I would have dealt crazy damage with an infinity edge because of that headshot damage. Like look, headshot, headshot. I would have killed him before even using my first ability right there. Wait, let me just put my screen correctly. Like that's why Infinity Edge is better than the Storm Razor build. You just hit your headshots, you're gonna be so much stronger. Also, whenever you can. Ooh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm dead. Yeah, I cannot escape that. That's unfortunate. I didn't have mana, I didn't have my third ability, I had nothing. My team should be able to get the Rift Herald though, so it should be okay. I do still think Caitlyn kinda sucks though. Like, I really do kinda think Caitlyn sucks. I'm not gonna tell you she's broken, but she really isn't. Like, if you fall behind, it's so hard to come back as a Caitlyn. And like, if you're up against a very tanky enemy, you know, like Rammus, Garen, you don't want to pick Caitlyn into Rammus, Garen, I don't know, Darius, you know, Vi. You don't want to pick Caitlyn. Like, Vi, oh my god. Never pick Caitlyn into Vi. Number one, you can never kill a Vi. Number two, Vi is gonna kill you no matter what because of her ultimate and her first ability. Never pick Caitlyn into those types of champions. Like, Garen or Malphite, like, you never kill those champions. You just never kill those insanely tanky champions. You just can't. But like, Alistar is fine. Even though you're not necessarily able to kill an Alistar, you can really deny Alistar's engage with your traps and with your third ability. When Alistar jumps on you, you use your third ability and then you put a trap on top of him. So like Alistar, even though he's tanky, you're still a good pick against him, right? Like you're still a good pick against him. But like Garen and stuff like that, you cannot do anything against. So keep that in mind when picking Caitlyn. Look at that Ezreal ultimate damage, by the way. Jesus Christ, that's insane. That's a lot of damage. By the way, guys, make sure you give this video a like if you're enjoying it. It really supports the channel. And it's just a like button. And put a comment under the video if you want to. Let me know what other ADCs you want to see next. I have a... Wait, no, I don't have a Tristana video already. Wait, I was lying. I'm working on a Tristana video. It's taking me a really long time because Tristana is really hard to play. And she got nerfed, so it's a bit questionable. So yeah, you know what? I'm just going to tell you guys what champions I'm working on. Well, yeah, there is a lot that I'm working on. But let me tell you the main champions. Gwen. Yasuo. Yes, I'm working on Yasuo. Tristana. Ashe support. There's a lot. Let me think of them. Zed as well. Pyke. I'm working on Pyke too. That actually killed him. Jesus, that did insane damage. There's like so many more, but I just can't remember. Sona. I do have a put. Oh, there you go. You see that you can dodge Rakan's second ability like that if you play it correctly. Look at this trap, by the way. Boom, it just catches him. I should walk into the bush, yeah. So like walking into the bush will allow you to do so much more damage because yeah, you get your stacks twice as fast. So whenever you can, this is a thing that I haven't done too well in this game. Whenever you can, walk into a bush, because not only you're gonna be invisible, you're also literally gonna do more damage because you're stacking up your crit, your headshot double as fast. Jace, I'm working on Jace. Yes, I did have a Jace video already, but it was without the skin, so I thought, meh, I don't want to upload the video without the skin. Also, Gragas I'm working on. There's more, but let's forget talking about them. But there's more champions. Like, if you didn't hear your champion, there is more champions. I also have a Blitzcrank video ready for you guys, by the way. but it's not my gameplay. Even though I'm really good at Blitzcrank, I have like even better Blitzcrank video prepared for you guys. Not prepared yet, but like it's coming. It's coming. You guys are gonna love it. I know you guys are gonna love it. Also working on Morgana actually. Morgana, yes. Morgana is a good one that I'm working on. Oh. Okay, so if she jumped, there you go. I avoided the whole engage there with my third ability. You see that? I literally avoided the entire thing with my third ability. So like even when a Shyvana goes in, Caitlyn is really good into Shyvana as well because you can just stop her with your second ability and with your third ability. You can easily stop her. Like look, Zed tries to go. I'll put down a trap on top of his shadow. So Zed cannot go into that shadow anymore. He literally cannot go. He just went into the shadow. He still went into the shadow. It's kind of tragic of him. Like he didn't do it with his shadow, but he still went into the shadow. He didn't do it with his shadow, but he still went into the trap. That's what I tried to say. Let's see, my jungler is just trying to take the dragon. Gragas is one of the best smiters, by the way, if you guys didn't know. If you play AP Gragas, there's almost no champion that should be able to outsmite the full AP Gragas. Like, if he really times his abilities well, full AP Gragas can smite down a dragon in the late game from like 3,000-4,000 damage. It's unbelievable how much damage he does. In the early game, it's from like 1.5 to 2,000 damage, which still almost no one can steal it away from. We're actually pretty much full AP. It's crazy. Like, me and Jace do attack damage, but the rest of my team is like heavy AP damage. So, it's not the best. Like, if the enemy gets a lot of magic resist, they're really gonna have to rely on me in the later stages of the game to do the damage. But right now, I can. Like, I went for full crit, because I'm pretty ahead in this game. Like, I don't need a Mortal Reminder yet. Let's see. Ooh, I'm going on the Ezreal here. Oh, he just went out of vision, so my ult didn't go on him. That's tragic. Boom! That's the static shift damage for you guys right there. Nice. We can't end, but we can apply. We can get the inhibitor at least. Like we can get. Wait, can we though? Karma's tanking. It's really nice of him, but I still don't think we can get it. Well, actually, I think we could have gotten it if the entire team pushed it. It seems like we're going for the mid lane inhib instead, but we're not. We're ending up not getting anything. This is horrible. Here you can see I'm getting close to the enemies, which is killing me, right? I'm just lucky to be alive. I deserve to die there. Ezreal ulted the jungle camps, which ended up killing me. Because they attacked me, they were in combat. Alright. Alright. Whoa. I got... Alright. That's okay. No, that's okay. That's fine. This is the top 1 Diana, by the way. Really, really good player as well. Like, I've had this guy multiple times in and against me. Oh, in my team, and I get... That sounded horrible. Ignite is gonna take that out of context. I know it already. What am I saying? What am I doing? I mean, why am I not just editing it out? Like, I can literally just edit it out. Nah, that's boring. We just want raw HellsDevil. You know what? I'm just not gonna say anything anymore. Because that can be taken out of context as well. And that one is perhaps even worse than what I just said. I cannot believe it. I do this, like, I don't even do this on purpose. But you know what's funny? I literally realize right after saying something that it's like wrong. Like that's a thing that I have. Like I'll say something stupid or wrong, and a second after I realize I made the mistake. Literally a second. Like it just takes a second. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Man, the static shift does insane damage. Unbelievable. Oh, by the way, I went lethal tempo this game. Because I knew Keys was gonna go full AP Karma. So that's why I went for lethal. I literally asked him, are you gonna go Ardent Sensor? He said, no, I'm not gonna go for it. So I went for lethal tempo. Because in the build part, I told you guys to go for Conqueror when you have an enchanter support. Only when you have an enchanter that gives you attack speed. Or an enchanter that goes for Ardent Sensor. So I asked Keys, I literally asked him, are you gonna go Ardent Sensor? He said, no, I'm not gonna go for it early on. So I went for the lethal tempo instead of the Conqueror. Because it's just more efficient to go for lethal tempo that way. Putting down the second ability. Ah, it's too late because his passive went off anyways. I'm pretty sure we can just end the game here. I have so much range. I can just attack the Nexus from a really far distance. So yeah, that should be it. That was a good game. My entire team played so well actually. Like the whole team played well. So Thank you guys. It seems like I didn't show the damage or anything like that, which is kind of tragic. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I will see you all in the next Wild Rift video. Bye bye.